Hey everyone, terribly hot day, so I'm just gonna jump into the tweets and educate you as to what is trending right now, the stuff that is the most popular and how popular it is, the impact behind it, and whether we can expect to see it trending tomorrow as well. So let's go take a look around.
2, 1, 0, all engine running. Liftoff, we have a liftoff, 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
It's been almost 50 years since the Apollo mission landed on the moon. Neil Armstrong gave the world that absolutely famous epic speech.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Surprisingly, it's really personal, the kind of pictures that people are uploading when retweeting this hashtag. Some people have just put up like the picture of the moon itself. Some of the pictures are kind of like deep, or I'm kind of feeling a bit philosophical today, so I would put in something like, there's still the dark side of the moon, and there's still aspects of the moon that we can never really say we explored. And then of course you have the conspiracy theorists saying, watch this film clip and watch this clip where there's a subliminal message behind what Armstrong said, and they didn't actually land on the moon, it was all on some kind of sound screen in Hollywood. That was a big secret. And then of course there's scientists who are responding to the conspiracy theorists. The pictures that people put up and the quotes and the insights 50 years on, they reveal a lot of information that couldn't be revealed at that time. So it's quite an educational experience, and not just something that different parties have a different agenda with promoting. So retweeting the moon landing hashtag is really revealing in itself. Well, from kind of like a personal point of view, I really don't think there can ever be a point in human history that could ever rival the one where something that everyone has experienced, the moon in the night sky, and wondered what it would be like to ever go there, what it was like, and then to have actually made it there. It really is a mind-boggling fact. This is a significant day. Well, it's really interesting to like kind of explore Twitter a little bit more with the hashtag moon landing and go into detail a little bit more, or kind of see the mechanisms behind how the Apollo was manned, or the like surprising bits of information where, for instance, where the astronaut had to have a bit of Velcro in their space helmet so they could scratch their nose, little insights like that. And of course, with the moon landing itself became so significant in like popular culture, I'm thinking of the David Bowie song, the Space Oddity song. That song was played relentlessly after his death, and it is immediately what I thought of when I was reminded of the hashtag on Twitter that it is the anniversary of the moon landing. Well, I remember in my own upbringing in South Asia, in our Urdu textbook at school, even there, the story behind the moon landing, they documented the story of the moon landing. I still remember having so much trouble reading Buzz Aldrin written in the Urdu script. And Buzz Aldrin reminds me, again, popular culture, of the really infamous Ali G interview that he held with Buzz Aldrin, a suburban white guy from England who dresses up as a, black, impoverished kid from the council estates in the UK, and the people he's talking to think he's a complete idiot. Of course, it's a big act. That was a big appeal of the show. Love this interview.
Check it out, I was here with none other than my main man, Buzz Aldrin. What was it like not being the first man on the moon? Was you ever jealous of Louis Armstrong?
I remember when one of the huge gaming platforms was promoting their new VR technology in one of their games, and I mentioned even then, just imagine the implications that this could have in any other field, more specifically the medical field. Well, apparently Google is busy patenting something which is kind of like a contact lens that you put in your eye, and it's kind of going to give you telescopic abilities, and you're going to be a bit of a Terminator. So we should give credit to me for predicting the use of this kind of technology in the medical profession, as I said. All jokes aside, it really is enormously cool. What happens is, I believe, from kind of, it's not something that has been announced or released yet, nor is it going to be perfect. I'm sure it's just, clinical trials at the moment. But what happens is, from what people speculate,
Ocumetrix bionic lens, an ocular implant that perfects vision, offering eyesight 3 times greater than 20/20. The painless implantation surgery is similar to that of cataract surgery and is claimed to take 10 minutes and would offer immediate correction to the patient's eyesight. The lens took 3 million million and 8 years to develop. Clinical trials will begin shortly.
You know, if you have a surgery where you have the fluid removed from your eye, underneath the lens that is, and then you have your lens removed and you have the Google Lens thing replaced in it. It's a smart lens. Well, it can predict a lot of stuff like, are you in danger of a glaucoma, or, well, as they say, it is a smart lens, so it can tell you lots of stuff about your body and can prevent a lot of diseases. For instance, it can tell you if you're in danger of a glaucoma, or it can actually connect to the Wi-Fi. And well, of course, I'm no doctor, but I have trouble understanding how this would work personally. I mean, isn't it the case that your eyes and all your senses, they kind of work in collaboration or in conjunction with your brain? So if you put anything in your body, you would, in order to get it to sync with your body, basically, it would have to have like kind of a pathway with your brain, and I don't really see how that would happen. I mean, it's not as simple as, let's say, you know, shoving a, you know, silicone chip into like your cheek or something like that. It would have to kind of, you know, connect with your brain first. Well, anyway, that is what the good people at Google apparently are up to and what is cooking in the Google labs right now. And I really hope they are successful, because come on, cyber lens and, you know, telescopic vision, and maybe you can see through walls, and, you know, everyone can just be Superman. And that would mean an absolute end to stuff like contact lenses and things, and, you know, eye surgery and restoring vision to the blind. All of this new technology, it has to be said, is indistinguishable from magic.
So if one blue pixel could one day lead to many, what might the world look like behind a computer screen in your eye? We can only speculate, but perhaps something like this. Information from the web could be layered onto almost anything we look at. It will then be up to the smart lens users of the future to determine what is relevant and what to ignore.
Okay, so it has been a wonderful day for science, and consequently I am in a great mood too, because every single thing that I've mentioned, it just gives you hope for the amazing things that are going to happen in the future. So put your faith in science. So I think the message we can all walk away with is put your faith in the scientific method, and meanwhile let's say bye bye from Mombi.